I'm Daniel,
I'm Ben.
and this is...
Hello everyone, and welcome to Tops Episode 3. So, this past week we were in California, and we took our mom to Disneyland for her birthday. We had a really good time, and it left us inspired to do a Disney episode. And as you may have noticed if you watched any of the past episodes, he's a big Disney freak. In our first top 10 movies, he labeled, two or three?
Yeah.
2 or 3 movies as Disney movies as it. And what we're going to do is we're going to give you our top 10 Disney movies. Okay, so Daniel, why don't you start us off?
Alright, well, and this one was hard for me because I do love Disney so much, and there are so many great movies. It's hard to limit it to 5 for me. But I went with movies that I did not put on our top 10 movies list. And so the first one I'll mention is one that everyone knows for the music and for the visual effects. It's Beauty and the Beast. And these are our top 10 animated movies. I didn't know if you mentioned that. Not live action. So that narrowed it down a little bit. But I love Beauty and the Beast for its great storytelling. It has great music. Alan Menken is amazing. He does a lot of the Disney music. And it's just a great film.
It is a good one. Number 5 for me, counting down, was Hercules. I just recently watched that one because it was put on Netflix, and it was really good. And we had been studying Greek mythology and all their history and stuff at the time, so there's a lot of funny references to Greek mythology. If you know it, it just makes it all the more funny. And that one's really good. Okay.
That one was also on my list. That was my next one that I had written down. I figured we'd have maybe a little bit of overlap, and that's why I tried to pick some that I knew you might not pick. But Hercules is one of mine. I love it because of the characters too. I like Hercules. I like Meg. I like Hades. He's hilarious. He's one of the Disney bad guys who's not. He's terrifying, but in a funny sort of way. I also like the different hidden references that Disney puts into all their movies, and in Hercules, if you were paying attention, you might notice that in one of the scenes, Hercules is actually being fitted out, and they're fitting him with a lion, like a robe, and that lion is Scar from The Lion King, if you notice that. That's just one of those little things that they put in that you kind of have to catch really quick. But I just really like the movie Hercules.
Okay. Next one is Tangled. That one was released a few years ago. I guess quite a while ago now. But I like that one a lot. It has good music, really cool animation. I like the storyline. It was pretty neat. And so, I like that one. What's your next one?
Yeah, I really like that one too.
Was that
a good one? No, it's not. That one's not on my list. I almost put it on there. My next one is actually another princess movie that's debatable as being a princess movie because it is Mulan. And although she technically isn't a princess, by Disney category she is because of her characteristics, but that movie is great. My favorite character probably in that movie is Mushu, the little Chinese dragon. He's hilarious. Eddie Murphy does a great job with him. There's just so many things to love about that movie. The music is just amazing and spectacular. The scenes of China are beautiful. Disney really did well on bringing Mulan to life.
Okay, that one is a really good one, and I didn't put it on my list, but it is one of my favorites. Alright, next for me, we did mention this one in our top 10s, or at least he did, top 10 movies, but it's The Lion King, and I like that one a lot, just because it's a good movie. There's all the humor, all the music. Sounds like we're doing previews for each of these.
Yeah. But if you haven't seen any of these movies, or if you've seen a couple of them, it is sort of a preview to say, hey, this is a really good movie, you should check it out and watch it. If you have Netflix, I think almost all of the ones on my list, all of them except for one, I think, is on Netflix on my list.
Oops. I said the wrong one on my list. Oh well, that's okay. Keep on going.
Alright, well, next on my list, and these aren't really in favorite order. Number 1 is probably not my favorite, but the next one that I have on my list is The Great Mouse Detective. I'm a big Sherlock Holmes fan. I love the show Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch, and he's spectacular. But I love Disney's take on Sherlock Holmes, bringing in the great mouse detective. He's got a really scary bad guy. It's an exciting movie, and they did really well bringing the excitement and the action into an animated film where it's not all fighting, it's more a battle of wits and trying to figure out where the person is and how. I won't tell you anything much about it, but it's a really good movie. And if you like Sherlock Holmes, and if you like Disney, it's a great movie for you.
Yeah, if you appreciate, or if you are a Sherlock enthusiast, then you will appreciate this movie a whole lot more. And I think that one's it's not as well of a known as one. Like, I only watched it a year or so ago, but I did like that one. Okay, so next on my list would have to be Aladdin. I like that one. It's probably my favorite. I don't know, princess movie, I guess you could say, even though it's not really a princess movie, but I like that one a lot. The genie is probably one of my favorite Disney sidekicks, or just Disney characters, and I like that one a lot. So.
Right, I love Aladdin too, and that's one of. I like the stage. No, I didn't. But I like the stage version, and Disney's California Adventure. They do a really good job on that too.
Yeah.
My number one that I have on my list, it's one of those that you sort of forget about if you've never seen it before, and you might not think of it immediately, and that is Treasure Planet. Because as I was scrolling, I went to Wikipedia because I was at a blank because I could think of all these amazing Disney movies that I loved, but I went to Wikipedia and scrolled through a list trying to think of ones that Ben might not say or ones that I just really liked for what they had. And Treasure Planet is one that is really unique. It follows the storyline somewhat of Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson, but it puts a really unique twist on it, sending it into space. There's aliens and pirates and
alien pirates.
It's an exciting movie. It's a beautiful movie. It's got some really cool visual things. It doesn't really have any songs, which is different. It's like Great Mouse Detective in that it's not a musical Disney movie, and so that's why I like that too.
Yeah.
So Treasure Planet, if you haven't seen it, I would recommend watching it because it's just a great Disney movie that really ties in with some great literature too.
Alright, so my final one, number one on my list, has to be Tarzan. Now, it is my favorite Disney film, and it's probably the one I have watched the most. It's just a great movie. I've never read the book. Is there a book?
There is a book by Edgar Rice Burroughs.
There is a book. You should read it.
Series.
You should read the series of books. I haven't read them, but I do like the movie, so I can't say how closely it follows or whatever, but I like the movie. The music by Phil Collins, that's really good, and I listen to it all the time. So, yeah.
I love Tarzan. I can't argue with any of the movies on your list because they're all great movies. Tarzan is really good. It's got great humor, great music, great plot. The bad guy is terrifying and evil, and so
he gets hung.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
so we just have to fast forward that part.
Yeah. Well, anyways, those are our top 10 Disney movies.
Yep.
If you know of any other little hidden things in Disney movies that you like that you want other people to know about, type them in the comments below. If you have any, if you want to add to any in our list, if you want to add your top 10 Disney movies, type those in the comments below as well.
Yeah, so I guess that's all for this week. If you liked this week's episode, please give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.